I'm often asked, after 16 years, if I was to see my former daughter, will I speak to her after 16 years?
He said my former daughter.
No, no. People, I'm going to tell you something about us black men. We take scrap respect. Yeah. We're conditioned to take scrap respect. We're so in tune to understanding that everybody think we're gonna, if we own homes, we're gonna be a dead slumlord. If we fathers, we're gonna be deadbeats. All of us good men, we fight and take on the full brunt of the stereotypes that you are as a black man. Yeah, the other guys, it don't matter to them. But us good guys, we the ones that fighting in the court. We the one that making videos. Basically, they don't know how to read it right when we criticize them. We're trying to get them to act right. I seen a video the other day where a black woman said, "I like when black men get offed." I've never seen a black man make a video that says that. This is how comfortable they have gotten at disrespecting us, and you accepting it. My mom. I was paying my mom's rent. My mom talked to me like I was an absolute piece of trash because she don't like my company. My daughter. I didn't do nothing to my daughter. My daughter had her own business at 6. She had a key to the office. She knew all my passcodes. She knew everything about me. I said, if anything happened to me, there's an evasive action that you want to take. Here's the deeds to the houses. There's everything. Didn't matter. The fact is, her mother wanted to treat me like shit, and then she joined in. I fought to be a father for 11 and a half years. I fought for 11 years, 5 months, and 29 days too much.
I just want to interject here. There's a great podcast. It's by a British guy. It's called the Baby Fathers Podcast, and it talks about a lot of scenarios like this where men take their ex-wives or baby mothers to family court, and they go through all the right channels, and they either don't get a chance to spend time with their kids, or they never win any of the custody battles or anything like that. I think it's less than 10% of men ever get like given primary care of their kids. But there's also less than 10% of men who actually apply. So it's kind of like, it is what it is. The numbers are the numbers. But we all know that in family court, it's biased towards women 9 times out of 10. Even if the woman isn't capable of being a good mother. I thought I'd just throw that in there before we continue.
I fought to be a father for one day. I'm retired military. I have multiple homes. I own 7 cars, 6 of them are BMWs. I have 2 IULs, 1 retirement account that I'm collecting off the military now. I've never been in I don't have no felonies. I'm 56. I'm in good health. I got the goods. And still, I had to beg my daughter to respect me as a father. So 16 years ago, after 11 years of fighting her mother, and only 2 weeks of fighting her, I only fought her for 2 weeks. She fucked me over. I said, nah, we ain't doing this now. She did it 2 weeks later, never spoke to him since. Stop accepting all the negative nonsense because you don't want to fall under the stereotypes. That's why they quickly call you a deadbeat. They're playing on your morals. After all, the song do go, Papa was a Rolling Stone, and I'll always love Mama, right? You're conditioned, unfortunately, to accept this bull that they give to us men. I'm going to be talking about this in a full video tonight on Dash Traded.
Okay. He said a lot there. I wanted to stop it, but I wanted to try and let it play for a little bit. Now, obviously, I'm not a dad, so it's hard for me to kind of come at it from that angle. But what I would say is that I agree with him on one thing, that I would say, yeah, this might be a controversial take. I don't know, but I would say that the black man is probably the most disrespected man of them all. The black man is the most disrespected and viewed as the most disposable man of all races of men. And some people are going to be like, that's not true. Where am I getting that from? Blah, blah, blah. I'll explain this point in a longer format video. But I'll say the black man is the most disposable man. And then also the black man probably does take the most disrespect. And there's a great author. He has a book that I'm only halfway through it, but I would recommend everyone read it. He's a professor out in the States. I'm going to try and I'll link it in the description for you guys to see. But essentially, what this guy's saying around, there's a few things that I have to say. I'm not sure about this though. And it is, the first thing is not talking to your daughter. Okay, she's disrespected you, but I don't know. As I sit here without kids, if I have flesh and blood, knowing that they're alive, and he fought for 11 years, so you know that is a long time. That's a third of my life. So I can understand. You know, there must be a time where he's only a human being. So, but I still, even if you might not fight as hard, I can't imagine saying I'm washing my hands with my flesh and blood. That's probably the only thing I'm like, I don't know about that. Second thing is, it's the same thing we say to single mothers. By the end of the day, you slept with her. You brought that life into the world. We all have free will. You know, you can be a single man who indulges in, single activities, but you do it in a smart, tactful way that keeps you safe. You can do that, right? You have to be. That's why, I can be this age and not have kids, because I know the boundaries and the strict kind of requirements that I personally want for the mother of my child. Does that mean that me and the mother of my potential future child are going to have the best relationship? I'm praying that would be the case and that I can have that. But there's a chance, because you never know. People switch up. People that seem nice for a year or two could end up being demons. You don't know. But I'm hoping that, before I even get in the space of I want to have a kid with somebody, I need to go through a lot of trials and tribulations with that person. Okay, and I think that a lot of men don't take accountability on that side. Like, yo, you effed up. You should not have even had a child with this person. Yeah, this is not me blaming the man. I blame both. I always blame both. And then there's another element which he doesn't really dive too deep into, but is also factual, and it is mothers who indoctrinate their kids to hate their fathers. This is where I would say you guys should go watch the Baby Fathers podcast, because some of those stories are absolutely crazy. But it happens quite a lot where the woman has a bad relationship with the guy, so therefore the dad is evil. He becomes this, like, the worst person on the planet, and she's now filling his head with all these negative viewpoints about the dad, and then the daughter or the son now buys into that. To be honest with you, I can understand that, because there's cases where my mom says things about my dad, but I think as I got older it happened less. But I never listen. I don't really listen anyway. Like, she might be saying stuff and I'll be like, whatever. Like, but I have to see it for myself. And there might be something that my dad has done that reaffirms what my mum said. And it's like, oh, maybe he is this way. Oh, but wait. But then you get older and you're like, okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt and let me see how he really is. Let me let him prove himself. Like, why should I? But when you're young, you're impressionable, right? We know this. Kids copy what their parents do and say. So, and then most kids, mothers usually become the primary caregiver. So therefore, like, if you break up, mothers become the primary caregiver. So therefore, if you're primary caregiver, you're with her for, let's say you see your dad or every week, Saturday and Sunday. That means 5 days a week you're with your mother. And let's say she's talking crap about the dad 2 days out of the week. That means every week you're hearing this negative trope about your dad. And not many kids see their dads Saturday and Sunday every week. I just made that up. Let's say it's every 2 weeks. So that means 4 days out of the month I'm with my dad. The rest of the month, the 26 days of the month I'm with mum. And for 20 of those days, she's being nasty about my dad, who I don't actually spend much time with, so I don't actually know how he really is. You can see how a child can be easily manipulated to then hate their father, even though their father might not be as bad as it seems. So these are stories that, we hear way too often. Now, should he never speak to his daughter again? That's his business. But I think if you, as a man, have decided to lay with a woman and create life, I think whether you fought for 11 years or not, I don't think you can ever give up. I personally don't think you can ever give up. I just can't see it. By the way, the guy I was talking about, his name is Dr. Tommy Curry. Dr. Tommy Curry, amazing author, like some deep stuff just about the dilemmas of black men. It is mainly towards African American men, but we're all black, so it don't really matter. I think a lot of his talking points cross over because a lot of the stuff that happens in America influences the rest of the world. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that guy's original video. Comment, like, subscribe. It's always good. It's always good to kind of get into debates around these type of topics.